Discovery, go and throttle up.
All right. What's going on, everybody? We got to fix the racing rig. So I said I'd be here early. Here I am. Here we are. Nocturlux, what's on your... oh, that's what linked that. Yep, okay. We're gonna start this off with a cup of coffee visually, though. Oh my word. Oh. It's too early? What do you mean it's too early? Isn't it like 5 p.m. over there or something? Oh. Do you see multiple engines combining into one shock diamond? Yes. Yep. Yeah, you get... So, Flykin, you get kind of an aero spike from this, but kind of not. What's going on here is the inner 13 engines, right? Well, actually, there's kind of 3 aero spikes going on here. And keep in mind, this only happens at like kind of lower altitudes. It doesn't happen when the thing gets like way up in the air. So you got the 3 engines kind of... They're not combining to make one plume, but picture like a column of gas there. And then picture these engines right here, right? The column of gas, like obviously it's not going to push, they're not going to push against each other. Everything wants to go outwards, but it can't, right? So like the inner ring of 10 engines is kind of stuck in a jet that goes like straight down. And then the outer 20 engines obviously can push on, they can expand on the outside, but they can't expand on the inside, right? This is basically holding the plumes of the inner 13 engines. They're holding them from expanding, right? So what happens is they kind of collapse in on each other. It's wild stuff, dude. Yeah, that happens. That's pretty well documented, but you can see that exact thing going on right there. See? It kind of works like an arrow spike, but not necessarily like an arrow spike, but it kind of works like an arrow spike. What's the PSI on those engines? Please hold. $4,400 PSI chamber pressure. Uh, 33 of them. But yeah, it's kind of an arrow spike, but the arrow spike doesn't really last long, but you do gain a little bit of efficiency from it. Falcon 9 does this. Falcon 9 did the same thing because you have 8 engines wrapped around one. That one singular plume in the center is trying to expand, but it can't, right? So the 9 engines, you know, it'll try to expand and then it'll collapse in on itself, and then the 9 engine plumes will kind of go with it. And it kind of makes it's inadvertently kind of a little arrow spike. It's not, don't get me wrong, it'd be much better if you had a big point down here, right? But you can see the plumes collapsing in on each other and you can see the spike. But you do gain a little bit of efficiency from it, right? Just because it's kind of working like a bigger nozzle, kind of. Don't get me wrong, it's early, so I'm not getting any of the terminology correct. I understand this, but yeah, see the spike, and then see the plumes collapse in on each other. Pretty cool, huh? It's working. The inner plumes kind of work like an arrow spike because the gases are trying to push, and the outer ring of 20 is trying to push inward on them, and it kind of pushes them to collapse. This happens in a phenomenon with 33 engines, but it also happens with one. Like one engine, you have under expansion, right? The plume goes out, and then the atmospheric pressure collapses it in. But this is happening on a much bigger scale. The reason why this happens with like super heavy and why you see like individual shocks with like New Glenn or something, or Terran 1 or another LNG rocket, is because of the high chamber pressure. The flow rate on a Raptor is absurd. It's like I was just saying, 4,400 PSI chamber pressure. The flow rate that you need, okay, so think about it like this. This is a good way to think about it. You have a tube, right? You have a tube, or you have a chamber, like say a pipe, and one end of that pipe is capped, right? And then you're delivering fuel and oxygen, or you're delivering air and fuel and oxidizer into one end, right? And then you have a choke on the other end. This is a De Laval nozzle that I'm basically describing, but you basically have one end that's open completely. Think about the fuel that you need to deliver to pressurize something like that when you literally have one side open, right? You need to deliver so much fuel that it's going to pressurize around your choke point, which is the throat, right? But it's like trying to inflate a balloon with a hole in the other side. Crazy, right? Well, so if you really ran down that road, you could essentially have a variable geometry nozzle. You can modulate throttle on the Raptors for optimization, Flykin. I'm sure SpaceX has some type of research program into this phenomenon, sure. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Probably squeeze a little bit of efficiency out of there. Now, why efficiency? Well, efficiency has to do with your exhaust velocity, okay? So that's specific impulse. Specific impulse is derived from total impulse and exit velocity. So you know that, like I said, like you're trying to inflate the balloon with a hole in the other side. How fast stuff goes out that hole is how your efficiency is basically derived from that. Long story short, if you can shoot the gas out the back of the motor faster, you're more efficient. The faster you can shoot that out, the better. Okay? So the engines gain some efficiency here because they don't have the atmosphere pushing against the plume, and you can basically accelerate right out the bottom because of hold on, I think it's the Maybe it's Coanda. Yeah, because of the Coanda effect. Basically, those center engines, those yeah, those center engines don't have to worry. I mean, they're kind of entrained by default, but if you have another jet right here, you could basically everything kind of you can accelerate the exhaust faster with a bunch of with another bunch of rocket engines around it because like if you think about let me try to think how would you explain this. Okay, think about like an avalanche, right? If you have a little snowball, you roll it down a hill, whatever. That snowball, if you roll a snowball down a hill in the middle of winter, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it makes this big, huge avalanche, right? Rocket engines kind of work like that. If you have more of them clustered together, you could shoot out faster because you don't have to worry about it's called entrainment with the Coanda effect. You don't have to worry about that because the jets will basically keep the exhaust going in one direction. The rocket engines basically make a vacuum. It's a gigantic vacuum, and then there's low pressure surrounding the whole thing, like or in between the jets. So you can just shoot the center jets out as much as you like, as fast as you want. Well, not as fast as you want. Like you're still in the atmosphere, but like I said, it's a little bit of efficiency from the Coanda effect. It's very interesting. Coanda is weird. It's weird because like if you're shooting out air at high speed, I mean it's not weird. It's physics, right? If you're shooting out air at high speed, you can accelerate the air around it ambiently. The air that's shooting out at high speed will kind of try and grab the air that's oncoming and pull it with it. It's weird, dude, but it is cool. Yeah, it's sticky. Exactly. It'll pull other air with it. You shoot it out at high speed, it's going to pull air that's kind of standing still. It's going to pull it with it. Right? And that entrainment can in turn slow down air because like it's like if you hit a Newtonian machine, right? The marbles going back and forth, right? One is if you're shooting out the jet, right, and it gets entrained, right? It's going to slow down, right? This air is going to accelerate, right? And this air is going to slow down just a little bit. If you have another jet moving at the same speed on either side, this jet's going to accelerate because there's nothing kind of pushing in, right? And then eventually, due to atmospheric pressure, it'll collapse, right? And that's where you get your shock. It's wild stuff, dude. Aerodynamics is fascinating stuff. It's really cool. Anyway, enough pontificating about flow phenomenon outside of 33 Raptor engines. That's freaking sick, by the way. I think it might be a little bit more of Bernoulli. It's well, if you knew the answer to the question, why'd you ask? All right, let's go fix the racing rig. Out to the garage. Don't do me like that. I'm doing you like that. If you ask me a question and you know the answer, do you want to talk about it or do you want to tell me? Trying to prove to me how smart you are? What? Too real? All right, look, the seat's bent. I have the racing rig already out in the shop. What year is that car again? It's a 69 Coronet. Yeah. As you can see, the seat is a little bit on the bent side. So I have a temporary fix. I'll show you guys more. Let me get out there and get everything all situated. How did I forget it was a 69? Well, I don't know. Maybe it'd be better if it was a 67. All right, I'll see you out in the garage. Stand by for loss of signal from the office, as expected. Archie, I didn't see this. That shot is post ignition, so the engine nozzles would have evened out. I didn't see any of them kind of straightening out. I looked, but yeah. Anyway, go out to the shop. All right, can you hear me? There's probably going to be a delay. I haven't restarted this computer in a little while, so. 5x5, that's good. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. It looks like it's overdriving the mic. 13x4. Well, that's good. Let me close out that window. And I got to get YouTube chat up. The delay is minimal. All right, let's go, dude. You know what? I'm going to restart, not the computer. I'm going to restart all the Chrome. Chrome is very slow right now. Give me one moment. I'm chatless. I feel naked. Help. Help. Chat, if you listening, help. I don't need to know what's new with Chrome, Google. I get it. It's a web browser. Take yourself down a peg or two. Jeez. Wang, what are you doing? It's a parking lot. Sorry. I just thought of that. Okay, I got Twitch chat up. Now I just got to get the tubes, the YouTubes. Five by five on the audio on the YouTube side. There we go. I pop out the chats, put them over here. There we go. All right. Okay. What's new? I don't care what's new. All right. It's a web browser, dude. Relax. Okay. So the racing rig. It's not doing very well. After the when we were racing on Friday, the left bracket decided to quit. It decided to quit on me. So I do have a little bit of a temporary solution here. This isn't going to be the design that we talked about, but we can kind of theorize what we want to do here. So let me get the other camera figured out. Let me show you guys what's going on. You're a web browser. Got him. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Yeah? What is that seat out of? A 1982 Supra. It's a comfortable seat. It really is. So how'd you break your sim rig? AP, it has something to do with me just being fat. Yeah. So I'm 116 kilos. 255. I was 255 on the scales this morning. Not great. Not great. Not great. Yeah. You're horizontally and vertically gifted. Oh. Yeah. So no, I'm just a big guy. Just a big dude. I really shouldn't be 255 pounds. That's too heavy. I don't like it. Sent her a little too hard? Yeah, I did. So here, look at it up here. I'll look at it up close. If you guys look at the right side bracket, hey, Ska, 44-month resub. A few years ago, we built a rig with a seat that was out of an Audi A4. Nice. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this thing up close. So that is the back part of the racing rig. It has tubes that connect to the front part where the pedals and the steering wheel and everything are. And the shifter is right, it mounts right there. I took that all apart so we could bring it out here. I didn't feel like lugging the whole thing out here, to be honest with you. Playing a week straight of MSC probably didn't help. Yeah, so our problem really kind of stems right in that area right there. It's not great. You can see that there is a custom bracket that I made there to mount the seat to the rig. It's that big piece of bar stock right here. And yeah, see that? See that? That's not great when you're trying to brake, when you're trying to hit the brakes and the gas. The thing was doing this. The thing was doing that every time I was stepping on the brake again. Look at it. Yeah, that's not ideal. Now, what I would eventually like to do is make all this fully adjustable so you can adjust the height of the seat and stuff, but we will do a more simple solution here. Where did I put the simple solution? Oh, there it is. Okay, so here, I'll get you guys a little bit closer. So if you look under here, that bracket decided to quit. These brackets should be straight up and parallel. That's not what happened here. See that? Yeah, that's not great when you're trying to shift. So I want to make this fully adjustable. It's kind of cool. The seat does move. All the tracks work on the seat. It's pretty rad. However, yeah, I need to get this thing. I'm just going to try to get that all straight and true right there. You don't want a motion rig? Yeah, it's honestly a terrible design. Well, what do you get? What do you want for like $100 on Amazon, dude? So we're going to take this whole thing apart and I'll square everything up. And my solution here is I went down to the store and I got some threaded rod here. This is 1/4x13 coarse thread threaded rod. And I am just going to put the threaded rod through here, right? And basically make it so these brackets won't move. That's my temporary solution. Just get everything all straight and true again and have something to prevent that from happening. This is all slotted to make have provisions for different seats and whatnot. So yeah, let's take this thing apart and we'll figure this out. Yeah, this is a temporary solution. I will make this better. We'll make it better after the racing season is done. For the people that don't know, I race almost every Friday. We have a racing league called the Eric Johnson Racing Administration. And we have a tourney going and we have a racing season. And I got a DNF at Petit Le Mans because of this crap. Yeah. Nothing a 2x4 and some duct tape can't fix. Yep. It's crazy that yours broke. I weigh a lot more. Yeah. It's not necessarily broken. It's just bent. Yeah, she's just bent. It's probably because I'm pretty hard on the pedals. You said hard on. Because the G29 pedals, you really got to push to get the brakes to work on those pedals. So, all right, let's get this up like this and see what's going on here. So my brackets held up pretty good. They're not bent too much. I'm just worried. I don't want to break the Supra seat. Yeah, okay. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. Let me get my ratchet. Let me get my ratchet out and we'll start taking this thing apart.
Sweet. Let me just change the battery on my electric ratchet here real quick. I got the accordion song stuck in my head again. Sweet. All right, so is that long slice necessary? Long slice? What do you mean? So I'm gonna file these bolts and nuts in a very, very, very nice way. And by nice way, I mean I'm just gonna put them on the floor. There seems to be a washer here that I put in. Good job, past me. So I made a bracket a long time ago that adapted. It's just made out of well, not bar stock, it's kind of flat stock, I guess. I made it out of flat stock, and it adapts the seat to the metal. It may be a little bit over-engineered, but whatever. I mean, like I said, guys, this thing sees some action. Between summer car and racing, like, look, dude, look at the the bottom stops are destroyed. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's seen better days. That thing, how the hell? What the frick? Yeah, that's not supposed to do that. Anyway, let's okay. Is the tracks bent? No, tracks aren't bent, thank God. Okay. I mean, the slot for the screw, it's just so long. I probably used, so like these, I probably used whatever hardware I had. But yeah, see, this thing is really seen better days. How is this all retained? Okay, locking. Okay, we just got a captive. Yeah, these things failed. I probably didn't torque them to spec or something stupid. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to center the brackets, and I'm gonna measure it up against that, get that distance, center these, lock these down into position, and then put the threaded rods through, and then we'll put the seat back on. I mean, this held up pretty good. It's not bad. It's just this flimsy metal. This looks to be like 16 gauge steel, maybe on a good day. But yeah, these retaining brackets really didn't hold up very well. Okay, let me get my tape measure out. Wherever that may be. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now I'm going to measure the distance. Are you able to weld triangle braces on the bottom corners of the bracket to prevent it from bending in and out? Well, yeah, Max, but how? Well, that's what I planned on doing until you said don't do something like that because we got a race. I was going to get a little more sophisticated with this thing, but okay, we're 18 inches. It's 18 inches on center, almost exactly. Cool. So that seat track is. Just line up the seat tracks. There we go. This all still works. Ooh, what's this? Oh. We got some power adjustment in the seat. Why do we have a plug here? Huh. The seat's in really good condition. The seat's fine. It's really comfortable. This thing is great. It's a great seat. It's out of a Supra, man. Got a bucket seat. Got lumbar support. Actually, yeah, I could sit in this thing for a long period of time. It's super comfortable. When we were playing summer car for a week straight, I sat in this. It didn't hurt my back too much. No more than sitting in a regular car would. A seat occupancy switch from 1982? You sure? Just 4 small triangular pieces? The threaded rod will hold this thing together, dude. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm not too worried. All right, so what we got to do now is so we got 18 inches apart here. How wide is the track on the racing rig? Oh, 17 on the track. All right, so these got to basically go out all the way to the ends. They're a hex bolt, so let me get my hex bolt thingamajigger out. How many wires in that harness? 4. It's a seat from a Mark II Supra, so it would have been like an 82 or an 83 Supra. It seems like all this held up pretty good except for the back. It's just this back bracket decided to not bracket anymore. All right, so, all of this is really loose. Okay, all right. Before we go any further, we're gonna do something here. Here's what we're doing. I'm getting my blue Loctite out, and we're gonna thread lock a lot of this stuff. Have you seen Bitchin' Rides on Motor Trend? I usually have Motor Trend going out in the shop when I'm hanging out before stream. I've been watching a lot of Phantom Works lately. One, because I like Dan Short. I think that guy's cool. And 2, because that's what's on right before the stream. It's on at 11 every day. That's usually when I get out into the shop. But that's cool that Bitchin' Rides did a Coronet, man. Dan Knigget is very, very, that dude, that whole shop, that whole operation that he runs is amazing. All right, so these are a little bent, but I mean, Max, we could just triangulate it if we wanted to. That would involve cutting brackets. I have tube stock that we could, but I kind of was thinking the threaded rod should be good enough. Probably should have gotten smaller threaded rod. Like just two things of threaded rod. Maybe, yeah, just right there. Like maybe about this high, about yay high on the smaller bracket. And we tie it through to the bigger bracket and go. Yeah. That should, I mean, this should keep everything nice and happy. Or I could just weld the threaded rod. We could just weld the rod like that. It shouldn't go anywhere. Triangulating would be stronger though. You ever use orange Loctite? It's red Loctite, but without the heat needed. No. Are you sure you want a thread lock? Oh, I got it out. I'm not going to do it just yet. If it's something I learned, fellas, from working on this freaking thing, whenever you're messing with anything mechanical, put the whole thing together, make sure everything fits, then tighten everything down. Or in the car's case, weld it. Also, just in case you're wondering about updates here, make sure I didn't lose the camera. Check that out. Gas tank fitment, baby. I got it to fit. Everything fits under here, which is pretty sweet. Are you red or blue? I'm for the application, dude. Whatever it calls for. Blue Loctite if it's something that needs to be removed eventually. Red Loctite if you never want that thing to move ever again. So it depends on what you're doing. But yeah, I got the gas tank all figured out. Yeah. By the way, we can still see your chair. Oh, really? Yeah, let me shut that off. Yeah, that's probably not great. Nice. All right, there we go. It's a chair. The chair wanted to be a part of the action, okay? You know, you too can be a part of the action. I want to use the threaded rod, guys, because that's a much. Go at throttle up. Hey, Muppet, 5-month resub. Thanks, man. Chair jealousy. Yep. Oh, look at this pop-up that popped up over YouTube chat. That's so good. That's so good. I really want to learn about Gemini. Nope, I don't. You can get the hell off the screen, please. Yeah. And the other thing I could do is just tack some pieces of metal in there, but I already bought the threaded rod, so I think I'm just gonna waller out these holes with the drill so it'll fit the threaded rod and just put the threaded rod through. This is 2 foot, so it's 24 inches. The thing's 18 across. That right there should keep these from moving. Yeah, the other thing you could do is I could just put a tack. I could put a tack on each edge so these things don't move. I mean, how much time we got? I also have to refill the wire on the welder. I ran out. I have more wire here. I just got to refill it. Hey, AJ, I discovered the game sim Wrench. I've never played Wrench. I've only seen it. I've only seen people play it, Toto, but it looks cool. Couchy, what's up, man? You have a nut on the inside to keep it centered. Yep, nuts and washers. Oh, that back one, man. This thing really screwed me. I wasn't really doing that well in that Petit Le Mans race anyway, so. Petit Le Mans. Really? That hex bolt is so screwed. Yeah, that thing's junk. I hate cheap stuff, but whatever, you get what you pay for with metal. Okay, we're about 18 on center. Yeah, there's adjustable holes here, so I can already drill it, and we already know it's going to be straight. So let me get a drill bit for my drill, and we'll just waller it out and put the threaded rod together. If we have to weld another thing, we have to weld another thing. It's not that big of a deal. My half drill bit is not there. That's great. Where did that go? My half drill bit is in my drill index, you know. Or, sorry, my 12.7 millimeter drill bit is not in the, oh, it's on the drill press. All right, sweet. Take it off the drill press. Hey, Vic, what's going on, man? All right, let's just take a look. You guys can't tell because it refuses to focus, but there we go. Yeah, that's perfect. Sweet. Let me hook that up to the big boy drill. This place is a freaking mess. I hate it. I hate moving around the shop and kicking things. I have to, when we get the whole trunk pan thing figured out with the Coronet and we finish the back part of the car, I might roll it out and just clean this place and then roll it back in. All right, big boy drill bit. This should make mincemeat of this freaking crappy pot metal. It really, really shouldn't be too bad. All right, let me get my hearing protection and face shield because I don't like being hit with molten hot metal. It's not great. I was grinding parts of the frame out, grinding down welds on the frame to make it flat, and a piece of shrapnel caught me in the inner elbow. Yeah, that sucked. That wasn't fun. That was not fun at all. I just want to make sure this is all flat and kind of level before we go and drill it. I don't need the drill getting caught in it and then spinning around. Is that bits? No. All right. These things won't move. All right, cool. Hit it with some tap magic. There we go. All right. Face shield down. One. Two. Three. Four. Heavy barrel. Okay. Sweet. Let me get my deburring tool that chat so graciously has given me. And let's deburr this sucker. Thank you, Article, for the deburr. Super useful. Because sometimes when you go through the metal, it leaves a little bit of nonsense there. Leaves a little bit, some of the metal that you ground off gets caught up. And this little guy gets rid of it. It's Ford metal? You're Ford metal, you jerk. Your name is Needle Dick. Dude, this thing rules. Sweet. Okay. I'm not even going to cut the threaded rod to size, guys. I'm just going to hold it in place. All right. Score. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'll leave it sticking out over here. That doesn't matter. Let me get nuts and bolts. Got washers. Make sure that we have enough clamping force. And then I got just little locking nuts. Balls. Yeah, that's gonna lock it from the inside, but not the out. I got to see if I have any more quarter 13 or half 13 nuts for the inside. I only bought 4 because I was in a rush. I was at the hardware store this morning. I got to see if I have another one. Quick, to the box of washers. Oh, damn. I might have 4. We might have 4, and not only might we have 4, we might have 4 Nylox. Ah, nuts. Look. Nylox. Please. I eyeballed it. Is it the right thread? Oh, my goodness. No. Is it the right thread? Nope. That's fine thread. This is coarse thread. Hang on. Yeah. It looks like it's the right one. That's cool. That's half 13. Yeah, that looks, it's threading on there. I think this, just the threaded rod is just, yeah. Nope, no damage to the threads. I think it's just crap in the threads on the rod because it's just been sitting in a box all day at the hardware store. Yeah, that's right. So I got 1. What about you? Let's take that one off. And let's put you on there. Okay, we got 2. That one went on. Perfect. I need just a couple more. Those are fine thread. That's not going to work. All right, I got to find a couple more. Not in that box. So we're going to put grade 8 Nylox on 2 of these because I don't have the parts. But, you know, that's fine. You know, actually, hold on. I might have just regular bolt or regular nuts here. Dunkin' nuts. Ooh, we got a flange nut. All right. All right. So here's my box of low grade nuts. Look at my box of nuts. Isn't that great? All right, this is the low grade stuff. Come on. Come on. Nope. You guys can't see that. Poo-poo. Doo-doo, caca, poo-poo. What about you? You want it? Nope. Found anything yet? Not a thing, sir. I just need 2. That thread looks a little too coarse for what we're doing. Stop focusing on the background, you poop face. Nope. There's got to be 1/2 13 in here. Come on. Oh, that one works, I think. Is that 1/2 13? Hold on. Focus. Nope, fine thread. See that? See how there's more threads? And that's coarse thread. I bought coarse thread because it's cheaper. And this isn't an automobile, it's a racing rig. Nope, no good. So this is the one that works. Come on, focus. There we go. And these are the ones that I bought from the store. Bro. Let's try the other end of the rod. Other end of the rod. Okay, I think the threads are just tough on that side. So let's test it again just to be sure. So these are the Nylox that I got, grade 8 Nylox. Okay, see how it can move freely like that? That's how you know you got the right thread. And also, like, just a little bit of a mechanical thing on the side. Make sure you clean threads before you put stuff together. If there's dirt and stuff caught in there, this isn't going to thread correctly. Especially in applications like with stuff that moves. Clean the threads. Clean the threads. Degrease them, clean them off. It's better that way. Okay, that one gets to the Nylock. We're good. We are good. All right, what about you guys? These other ones that I tried. Ah, yeah, baby. Perfect. Good, good, good. All right. I prefer not to use those Nylock nuts because those are expensive. I don't need to. Okay. We got 6 out of 8 that we need because I'm going to jam nut this thing on either side so it doesn't move. Okay, that's good. I just need 2 more. Let's see. Is this one good? Yes. It's a little tough on the thread right there, but that's okay. Like if it's the right thread, guys, you should be able to just do this by hand. Shouldn't need a wrench to put this on there if your thread channels are clean. Nope. Nope. Come on. I just need 1 more. So this is a used Nylock. We took these off the 59 because they were not threaded correctly. Something is tough in there. Those threads are damaged, I think. Look. Are they? Yep, there's a nick in the thread right there. You can see it by this pointer finger. See that dark spot? Thread's damaged. I mean, that should be fine. Like I said, it's just a damn racing rig. It doesn't really make that big of a difference, but... You guys know me. I want it to be nice. Can we make a rail cart? A rail cart. Why? What? Why? Why are we doing this? Nice. There it is. I got 8, and we don't need to use the nylocks. Thank God. I don't want to use those up. Those are nice. Perfect. Can you take a smaller nut and tap it bigger? You could. But like I said, Tessa, I'm at the point where I collect junk, okay? Like, that's what I do. I collect junk. It's fine. I'm not hoarding because when this scenario comes along, it gets very, very handy. Like, I got small block Chevys up in here. I don't even own a Chevy. I got a Chevy small block sitting in my garage. I got 2 drill presses because you never know. It's not junk, it's forgotten treasures. Yeah, Van, every shop has a bucket of hardware. Exactly. Exactly, man. It's not just me. The bucket of hardware is so damn useful. All right. Now that we got everything that we need, let's start putting this bad boy together. Take a small block and add it to your mower. We could. All right, now that we got everything that we need, let's put this damn thing together. Jeez, these threads are tough, man. They shouldn't be this tough. I don't like that. What are you gonna do? All right, let me get a wrench.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Go at throttle up. What's up, minion? That looks like 3/4. 3/4. Don't cross thread it? Oh, I'm not. Bring the rod with you. What? I don't need to, Van. I can tell the thread just by looking at it, my dude. It's a gift. Thing is that these damn threads are really tough. Hold on. The threads are tough because it's, I'm pretty sure it's a zinc coating. Dude, I don't want to have to chase this whole damn thread, but the threads are nicked all over the place. Can't be easy, can it? Can't be easy. So I have a nut on the other side, and I'm trying to just chase this one. Down there. Yeah, these threads are a little tough, but that's okay. These threads, the threads on this thing, because it's been... All right, fine. You want to be like that? Fine.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Go at throttle up. The ratchet is not producing enough torque to chase these threads, and I'm positive that we do have the right nuts and bolts. Last boss. I'm a little busy. I'm a little busy, my dude. Fine, we'll use the impact wrench. I know there's probably an easier way to do it. I'm sure your way is great. Okay, I'm just working the threads with these things. The threads are tough, that's all, guys. It's not a big deal. Yeah, there we go. Nice. So I'm going to jam nut this thing so we can get the thread, so we can get it further down on the threads. Cool. Okay, ready? So put the jam nut in there. There we go. And I will agree that this is probably better if we put it in the vise, but the vise is all the way over there. It's all the way over there, dude. So, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. There we go. Actually, let's do this way. That's good. G14 classified. That's good. All right. That's more or less what I want. Put washers on the back ends. Come on, you bastard. Good. I wish these threads weren't so damn tough, man. It's really goddamn annoying. You bastard, Flykin, you bastard. All right. I'm looking for my other three-quarter bowl, a three-quarter wrench, but it's not. It ain't. It's not here. So why are you came? I have a chicken foot though. The chicken foot thingamajigger. 19 millimeter actually is pretty damn close. Yeah, 19 mil will work. I don't like using chicken foots. Chicken foot. These things. It's a great way to die. I hate those things. Yeah, so this is just the pain in the butt. Your boy may have sent it a little too hard with the impact wrench, but it's okay. Once again, this is not a permanent fix. I'm just trying to get this done. Because we got racing on Friday, and is today Thursday? Today is Thursday. Yeah, right? Yeah, today's Thursday? All right, cool. All right. So this is how it should have worked if I didn't have to chase those stupid threads the whole time. I should have just been able to move this bad boy by hand to adjust it. That's already way stronger. Nice.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Go at throttle up. What's up, Miff? Come help you fix your car. Fix your car. Go fix your car. We're not on your block anymore. You better watch who you talk to. Like the wait, what? Washer is having some clearance issues to the grade 8 bolt. We don't need washers on the outside. It's fine. Gonna pull Donna's motor this winter though. All right. That sounds like fun. We're moving it. I gotta get these things to spread. Spread it on. None of this wants to move freely because it hates me. Yeah, sure. Come on, body, move. Okay, there we go. Okay, too wide. We're too wide. All right, that's no problem. Ain't no thing. Sorry, gaff tape on my knee. There we go. Okay. All right, so we gotta, what do we gotta do? Tighten this thing? No, we gotta tighten the bolts down the thread to get the gap less. Yeah, that dude. This thing is already way stronger like this, which is pretty rad. Cool. I'm gonna, before we go any further, I'll get the other threaded rod and we'll put it in. Did you hear that? We'll put the rod in. You guys heard that, right? All right, cool. Just making sure the instructions were clear. How's Titan, Dean? He's doing okay. He's got heartworms, but he's past phase 1 of his treatment, which is good. We got to take him to the vet to get the heartworm shots soon. But yeah, he's doing all right, man. Yeah, he's doing all right, dudes. He'll be all right. That's the thing. The thing about heartworms, it's not, I'm not going to say it's like asymptomatic, but it's not like, it's one of those things that's not, like, he's not like sick. Like, he's not like going around the house going, you know? I mean, one of the byproducts of heartworms is coughing, but he ain't like going around the house like hawking up a lung. He's just normal. But what gets me is that he doesn't the dog doesn't understand that it's a like he can't go outside. He can't go and play. And he's like, wait a minute, we were playing before, now we're not. What the hell's up with this? Like, what's going on? Is something up? Is something wrong? And that's what gets me. He's like, what? Why don't you want to frolic with me in the backyard? I'm like, because I can't. Because if you start, ow! If you start, if he starts doing that too much, you could blow a gasket, and then that's the end of that. Oh, come on. See, this thing is playing down the threads right. That's what they're going down the threads correctly. This is what it should have been. That one got, the other side got super hung up, and it's really goddamn annoying. So you should just be able to wind this thing right down the thread like that, but it don't wanna. But it don't wanna. That's how easy this should have been. Does the nut need a washer on that one? I was just getting it to go down the thread, dude. I know it needs washers. I don't know why that one is so damn tough. It's really annoying. See, because this is what it should be doing. See, I don't mind having a lot of thread over on this side. I'm not going to cut the threaded rod to length. I don't mind having a lot of thread on the other side. The reason why is because this is the side with the shifter. You get in on that side. So this ain't no problem. I still have the accordion song stuck in my head. So annoying. And they are the same threads, guys. I checked at the hardware store. Just in case anybody's wondering if this is like M18 or something. Or, yeah, it's not. Which is really, really annoying. It's the same thread. All right, let's measure. These need to be 18 inches across. Oh, we got some ways to go. Now, these are starting to move a little bit better now. Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted the extra thread on this side so I don't ruin my ankle. Like, how much would that suck, like getting your foot stuck on this damn thing? So I put it on the side that I'm not near at all because my desk goes around. So it's a wraparound, well, not a wraparound desk. It's just, you've seen it. I don't go over there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right, let me just check on the other side here. Just want to make sure we have the same amount of threaded rod on this side, just because I'm weird. That's good enough. Okay, those are locked. Locked in. We are locked in. Now, what we'll do is I'm going to tighten up this side with the impact, and then we'll adjust from there. So you really shouldn't tighten things down with an impact wrench, but also, you know, impact wrenches are designed for removing things. That's really what they're about. You really don't want to send one like that, but easy ride, Easy Rod license and registration. Chicken clucker. Peacock! We should jam nut this. Are these locks? Yeah, they're metal lockers. Crap. That's going to make this a little bit difficult. So on this one, this should actually not be too bad, because what we can do is just move this. Use the Loctite. I got you, brother. Should have put this up on the workbench. You know, that would have been the smart thing to do. So what I'm going to do is make a jam nut over here and then send it. Almost. There it is. Got him. Isn't this great content? Seeing them together, they're two different types. They're the same thread, but yeah, they might be different material, dudes. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. They were in the same bin, and then I tested the thread. I know they're 1320, bros. Like, I know that they are. Or, not 1320. They're 1/2 inch 13. I know that they're 1/2 inch 13. But yeah, it's really frigging annoying that has to be this way. And nuts. Yeah, you're mature. No, you're good. It's fine. You know what? We'll measure up the back one first. Let's just get the back one right. Back one's basically dead on. Okay. All right. Not different material or thread, just a different corrosion resistant coating. Flat gray is hot dip galvanized, which means the thread's rough. Yeah, that's kind of on me for not putting that in the right, not putting it in the right square hole. For me not like double checking. I did it quick, man. I have some leftover things from the Coronet. Are these the right size? Nope. This is that was a bumper bolt. It's not the right size. Yeah, this is gonna be hard to do with the damn lockers, but all good. I mean, for what it's worth, this thing is way, way stronger. For what it's worth. That's gonna freaking take forever, dude. That sucks. I don't want the silly twitchers to get confused. I need a jam nut here, but everything I have left is a locking thing. So it's either get this nut to go all the way across this thing, or, I mean, I don't know. Because when I go to put the locker on there, it's going to want to turn the threaded rod. Let me think. Vice grip on the rod, that was what I was thinking. Yeah, we'll just vice grip the damn thing. And hopefully that holds. No, don't do that. I know it'll screw up the threads, not so fun, but it's the end of your lunch. Have a good day. All right, Dean. See you, buddy. I know it's going to screw the threads, dude, so that's what I'm like, about. Just double nut the short side. Hold it there. I don't have another nut. That's really what's getting me, not so fun. That's why I'm like, man, vice grips. I mean, vice grip in the center, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. That's going to slip, no doubt, but whatever. It started to slip. Yeah, I gacked those threads. It's all right. We're not going to be using the threads in the center, and these rods are like $3 a pop. Almost there. Yeah, that definitely messed those threads up, dude. That's for sure. But once again, I'm not using the threads in the center, so I don't really care. There we go. That's together. Killer. All right. So this whole side is all buttoned up. That's not going anywhere. I got to make sure that this is pushed up against that side. You know, oh man, you know what we could do? Instead of using the locks on this side, we could just put the nuts on the other side. We don't need a jam nut here. Oh, that would have been smart. Okay, got an idea. Because that side can basically act like the jam nut. That's no, yeah, that's a good idea. All right, fellas, I got a brainwave. I got a brainwave. Shut up. Tack a nut on one end. Make it a giant bolt. Oh, dude, there's a metal locker on that side, not so fun. We don't need to worry about that. The other thing is that I'm trying to avoid using the welder just for now. Not because I'm scared to use it or anything, but this is a temporary fix, man. It's a temp fix, dude. I'm not too worried about it. I just need the racing rig good for Friday, dudes. That's all. But with those two up against each other, man, it basically is a big jam nut or a big bolt at this point. I sent that thing with the impact wrench. It was at least 3 Ugga-Duggas, dude. Yeah, exactly. There's no need to double it up on both sides. Yeah. All good, man. Well, I don't think it's going to do what you think it's going to do. Okay? It's past noontime, isn't it? Actually, yeah. No, that's... you dick. Why you gotta make so much sense? 12:44. God. Whoops. Yeah, because no, it needs something to push up against. Crap. Yeah, it needs something to push up against, dudes. Yeah, we got to have these here. Well, it's not that big of a deal. These will, the lockers should be way easier to get on. And I might have to cut the threaded rod to length. I mean, we already screwed it up, so all good. Put the washers back on. There we go. Some blue thread lock will keep this all nice and happy for now. Yeah, I definitely should have put this up on the workbench. That would have been easier because this is killing my back doing this right now, but that's okay. It's fine. The things I do for racing. Ow. I think I have a bruised rib. Yeah. Yep. I have no idea what I did. Feels like I got shot in the stomach with a paintball. And it's definitely ribs, but like it's not anything else. But ow! It's probably from sleeping wrong, knowing me. Getting old sucks. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Ow! Yeah, some days you just wake up and it's just like, nah, here, have some rib pain. Don't get me wrong, it's not like chest pains or anything, not like that. Okay, those are locked down and in position. Antenna in position. All right, let's go here. Let's go with the original plan. Original plan A question. Plan. And Charles, we're going with plan A. Charles, why haven't you won the race? I am wondering why have you not won? It is not the car, Charles. Over. Charles, why haven't you won? What are you doing? It's gonna go a little bit more out. Too far. There. Got it. Now let's measure the front. What? Really? Didn't put a washer over there. God damn it. If you said it, I missed it. Oh well. It's all right. Like I said, temporary solution. I wouldn't half-ass this so much, like if it was the car or something, but it's the racing rig, so I'm not too incredibly concerned about it. I might cut the threaded rod. I might cut them down to size because trying to get something on there is going to suck. Yeah, if it breaks, it's content. It's not violent death. Yeah, I've tried the, braking, vehicle braking on stream while you're going down the road. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. Not fun. Really not fun. Yeah, I've tried that. It's not great. it's not a fun time. There's one of the locks. And there's the other. You know, I'm about to go find, I'm gonna go see if I have another 1320 regular bolt, not a locker. I see 1320, it's not 1320. 1320 is a quarter mile, you idiot. I need another 1/2 inch 13 regular nut. I don't care if it's, whatever, if it's junk or not. Here we go. Yeah, I got 2 regulars. Here we go. Here we go. Found them. The random hardware boxes come through once again. Hell yeah. No. Why is this thread suck so, why does this thread suck so bad? Ah! You know, if this thread was working like the other one, this would be done by now. Just saying. All right. All right, I'm getting the cutoff wheel. I've had enough. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of that. Just make sure when we go to cut, we're shooting sparks this way. There's nothing flammable behind me. All right, cool. I'm getting a cutoff wheel. I didn't want to cut the threaded rod, but it's disrespecting me, so we have to put it in its place. Don't you be disrespecting me in front of company. A wire brush to clean it up? Dude, the thread's clean. Don't worry about it. Is the thread American? Yeah. Yeah, it's just coated. It's zinc coated, dudes. I'm pretty sure. I think Dean was right. Oh yeah. This thread is still tough, but much easier. Not so fun. I do like the idea of the threaded bolt, though. That's not bad. Yes. gotta go a little bit more. Good. About the back. Good. That's not going anywhere. Excellent. Victory. Only took me an extra freaking hour. Much better. Except sideways, bro, she ain't going nowhere. It's not going anywhere, dude. Those threaded rods are strong. Oh, there's the washers I wanted to put on. Nice. All right, so okay, get a washer and a nut. Start those. Washer and a nut. Start that. And then this should just line up. Nope, not the tap magic. There we go. Antenna in position. Prepare the dish. No, it is too early. I am not ready. Okay. It goes there. Sweet. Now I just got to get the right bit. Where is it? Where's the deep socket? Damn it, Max, where'd you put it? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Dude, even the adjusters work. Yeah, man. Oh, so nice. So nice. Yeah. Dude, no wiggle from this thing. It's solid. It ain't moving. Killer. Excellent. Oh, that's huge, man. Yeah, the threaded rod was a very much a temporary solution, but yeah, she good, man. She ain't moving. The threaded rod with the washer is going to keep everything nice and strong. It's not going anywhere. You see a little wiggle? Yeah, well, that's 116 kilos, man. And I mean, dude, trust me, this is why I wanted to do an adjuster for this, man, to beef up all down there. I'll remake all this out of tube stock and it'll be nice. When this thing is all hooked up to the rest of the rig, it's going to be fine. All right, cool. Yeah, I wanted to put an adjuster because with this, it's good, but I want my knees to be up here, not down here. I want them to be up, so it's easier to kind of get at the pedals instead of like resting my feet straight. You don't. When you're driving, and this is true with cars, guys. It's true with cars, racing. I mean, the racing rig doesn't really matter, but I mean, if you want it to be right, you know, like. You don't want your knees locked. You ideally want your knees like this. You want them up. You want not like this. You don't want to be driving around like that. But like your knee like I suppose if you have a range of motion on your knee, like you got full lock and you got down like that, you want about halfway. And that's why, Max, that's what I was saying. I need to put an adjustment in here so I can get my knees up because I mean, moving the seat forward basically does that. So, yeah. I mean, once again, this is a quick job, but she's working, so it's good. And it ain't going anywhere. Like, you're not moving. Yeah, you want your knees to be bent, but you don't want your. It's hard to explain. You don't want your foot like resting on the pedal. Like you don't want your foot like pushed up against the pedal. You want your foot to just where it sits, where your feet are sitting. Like it's hard to explain, guys. I know this from when I sat in Skeery's Porsche. I know that. In case anybody that doesn't know what that means, it's a 911 GT3 RS race car, like full race car. I don't even know if it's called a 911 GT3. I'm not really that big of a Porsche guy, but I did. I did sit in it and I felt it, and I know like your feet shouldn't be like pushed up against the pedals. Like your feet shouldn't be on the pedals to hold your feet in place. You really want to get your knees up so where your feet rest, like in their just normal resting position, they're not like leaning on the pedals. It's hard to explain. Like basically you got to get your feet up like this. What the hell's on the bottom of my boot? There's a snake in my boot. Yeah. So, leg position is a huge deal in trucking. Yeah, synonymous. Exactly, dude. Yep. So, that's why I want to make it adjustable. I need to get my feet kind of up in the air a little bit. You know, if I can get the angle of the seat higher, my leg can rest like this, and you can be. If your foot isn't relying on the pedal to stay in place, you have much better control over the pedals. You can do what's called trail braking. You can trail brake a lot better. That's super important, especially if you really want to squeeze a couple of extra seconds out. I'm kind of, like I said, with this, I'm kind of at the limits of what I can and can't do. But needs an engine and wheels. That's this project. That's that one over there. I'm already working on that, Peter. You know that. I still got the accordion song stuck in my head. Article, thank you for the deburring tool. Super useful. Came in super useful today. I love that thing, dude. I didn't understand that I really needed one until I really needed one. All right, and here's the part that you don't see on YouTube and everything else. You got to clean up your mess. You don't see that, and then like you don't see it from like automotive channels. You got to clean up. It's a big pain in the butt. But yeah, this thing, it's not going anywhere. I mean, that moves a little bit, but we'll get the rest of that movement out when we do a more permanent fix with this. And now that I said we're going to do a more permanent fix, this thing's it's staying like that for a while, isn't it? You could use a pillow under your legs. Yeah, that'll work. Problem with the pillow is that what happens if it comes out? What happens if the pillow falls mid-race? I mean, let's see, is there seat tilt that we can, oh yeah, there is. Look. Is that all you can do with that? That's it? There's got to be more adjustment to that. Come on. What about this? Oh. Recline, fine adjustment. Dude, this is funny. This is Recaro knockoff all day. Whatever. Yeah, got to get my feet more up in the air. All right, well, that's fixed. Great. Just got home from work. Passed us a Corona from their box. What a day. A Corona, you can have any brew you want, as long as it's a Corona, man. Okay. That's fixed. Good. What time is it? That took 2 hours. I budgeted 1. I'm still terrible at that. I'm going to put this thing back and go from there. But she ain't moving. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's good enough for now. I mean, it's not great. Another threaded rod, like a third one, so like if you have the 2, a third one down the bottom would probably be good, but that would require drilling more holes, and I don't feel like doing that. Yeah. What we'll probably do, I'll reinforce those plate brackets with tube stock and box stock, and yeah, I'll build the adjuster mechanism into the top there. And when we go to do that, I'm welding those things. I'm welding it all together. That thing's not going to move. The slots on the bottom. I'm not changing my racing seat anytime soon. That seat's in really good condition, and it is a nice bucket seat. So, and if we, you know what, even if we have to change it, you just take it apart. I got the grinder. I got the welder. Is the cable underneath for adjusting? I don't know. Maybe we'll hook it up to a 12-volt battery and figure it out. I don't know what it's for. Maybe a seatbelt indicator or something. Who knows? We'd have to look up the wire diagrams for a Supra seat. Here. 1982 Toyota Supra seat
This is space. I'm in space.
diagram. Edith gets gifted a sub to Synonymous Hippopotamus. The crazy thing is, guys, I don't see any drive motors or anything in there, in the actual like seat itself. We'd have to take the seat apart, and I don't really want to take the seat apart. So, yeah. Oh well. FYI, we see the alerter twice. Oh well. Okay. Massage seat. Yeah. I mean, you could. If I got like a high-end seat, you can do it. But yeah, that's good enough. Okay. All right, give me a second to just clean up here, and we'll get to Kerbal. We'll get to Kerbalin. You like Scotty always multiply job estimate by a factor of 4. For what it's worth, if that threaded rod had just not been so tight on the stupid threads, it would have been fine. We would have gotten this done like instantly, but it's okay. It's all right. Seat's good. That's not going anywhere. And yeah, driving position is, yeah, nice. Nice. Impressive. Very nice. Let's see Paul Allen's seat. Anyway. All right, guys. Stand by for loss of signal from the office from the office. Nice. Loss of signal from the garage as expected. The seat's good to go. Weld gussets. Yeah, article. That's basically what I'm going to do. Yeah. We should be Gucci. I just said that. Now I got to go put the whole damn thing back together. That's going to suck. I got to return some videotapes. All right. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to jog the YouTube VOD. You guys know how this works. I'll jog the YouTube VOD, and then we'll get into KSP. We got some work in KSP to do. Actually, what was the work that I needed? I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. I'll see you guys in a moment.